If they don't move, if Republicans stand back, they have an off-ramp. This initiative, our efforts don't go forward. We're doing this only in response to what he's doing. So if he doesn't want us to move forward, he has some capacity to influence that, not just in his own state, but by making the case to other governors in other states that this is not the right thing to do, that we should all stand back, support nationalized, independent redistricting, and we should let voters choose their representatives, not the other way around.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom is an embarrassment. That's what Californians are saying. He has failed to develop, to change California for better, and is only destroying it. Has destroyed every part of California, and now is asking to be the president. He's attacking Donald J. Trump, the president who is trying to fix this country. He's also, in his mind, is thinking, he thinks he can be the president of the United States of America, to do what he has done to California, to the whole country, to destroy America the way he has destroyed California. That's not going to happen. That's what Californians are saying.
You're a fool blaming Trump. What are you doing for this destruction of these animals destroying Los Angeles? Are you there talking calmly with them, you fool? They would burn you down like they're burning the cars and the American flag with no regard for humanity. This is not about Trump. This is about protecting the people from these animals and criminals trying to destroy us. And our police force, are they supposed to stand there, let rocks hit them and kill them? Who's going to save them? You? President Trump called in the National Guard and the Marines to help with these destructive, barbaric riots. All you do is cause chaos for the people. You're a disgrace. You're nothing but a lying dog for the hopes of becoming the president one day. And God is my witness, truth will prevail because of your faults and your incompetence for California's failures. We the people, I stand with Donald Trump to make this state great again. For we the people choose Donald Trump to save America, and we're in danger with threats from terrorists now, and we must protect our country. This has now become good against evil. And evil will lose because our President of the United States of America was sworn in to protect this nation's greatest gifts: freedom, safety, prosperity. And he will, because he is the greatest president since Abraham Lincoln. And we the people stand with this nation's honor and respect and with the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. God bless.
Yeah, that's true. Gavin Newsom is a disgrace to California. Instead of standing up, rising up to fight for the state, to change the way the state is in, to find the way to save the people living in California, is not about that. No, it's about Trump. Is about attacking Trump, who is doing something to save this country, who is doing something to save US. For him, it's about, let me fight Donald J. Trump because he's doing something, because he's trying to catalyze, because he's trying to put us down as Democrats. He's doing what he was voted to do. Donald J. Trump is the greatest president so far because he's doing exactly what people elected him to do. Now Gavin Newsom is envious. Democrats are envious. They are now resorted to attacking Donald J. Trump instead of doing something for the people of California. Now the people are not happy for what the Gavin Newsom is doing. Instead of providing for the Californian people, is up there jumping around and up and down, but the Californian people are in May.
Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass have already proven their incompetence and poor leadership during the Los Angeles wildfires. Now, as we experience rampant lawlessness and civil unrest, it's never been more clear they're unable to respond effectively and responsibly during calamity. Whether it's sheer incompetence or outright malevolence, the reality is stark. California's in a state of turmoil, and I ask my fellow Angelenos, why are Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass still in office? How much more of their destructive decision-making masquerading as leadership are we going to tolerate? It's time to take back our community and our state and put the power and the privilege in the hands of competent leaders whose goals are to protect us and the way of life this nation was founded upon and promises to offer. That's all.
Wow. Everyone is saying exactly that. Gavin Newsom is an incompetent leader who deserves not to be here. Why is he still governor? Why Californians are not getting up? They are getting up. Those questions are now answering them for you. You have been saying Californians are just keeping quiet when Gavin Newsom is messing up with the state. Why can't they get up for this and that to save the state? Now Californians are getting up and they are very, very busy trying to fix whatever was messed up with Gavin Newsom. Everyone is standing up.
My message is, Gavin Newsom, I am going to expose you for the complete fraud that you are, the liar that you are, and you will never, ever be the president of this country. You will never do to the rest of the country what you have done to California. California's problems are completely caused by California government. We have the greatest businesses, we have the greatest people, we have the greatest business minds, the greatest innovators, the greatest creators, the greatest entrepreneurs in the country. We have the fourth largest economy that is artificially propped up to be something good. And the thing that is preventing us from being great, from achieving that California dream that that I came here for, the only thing preventing us is government. Government has its boot on our backs, keeping us down with over-regulation, activism, appeasement of activists, instead of taking care of the majority of Californians as a whole. And it's an agenda. It is a complete agenda of making sure that government is in control of all of our lives instead of us being in control of government. And so the only reason I'm doing this is to restore that balance. The balance is supposed to be that government is supposed to be working for us. We are not supposed to be working to increase the size of government. And that's the only reason why California is no longer the greatest state in the country. You can have our politicians say it as much as they want, but we are the laughingstock of the rest of the country. We are the laughingstock of the world. My wife and I were fortunate enough to go to Europe last year. And we had the first night there, we splurged. We had an unbelievable dinner with we paid for a sommelier to come and make sure that we learned everything about Italian wine and all of that stuff. The first introductions, where are you from? California. And he laughed. And he said, you guys have that crazy governor. And we're just looking at each other like, how would someone across the world know that we have a lunatic for a governor? So we started talking about it, and he's like, everyone wants to go to the United States, and it used to be everyone wants to go to California. Here, no one wants to go to California anymore. They'll go to California for Disneyland. That's it. And it's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing that we are no longer the greatest state in the country, and we're still all the same people. We're still all the same businesses. It's our government that has completely changed and brought us to this laughingstock position. And I'm going to take it back. I take some blame for it, because I wasn't standing on the rooftops yelling to everyone that we had to stop this, look what's going to happen. And so while I was concerned with my career, my life, my family, my own home, and making sure that I was secure, I kind of just wasn't paying attention to what government was doing, and now it's affecting everyone. So I will make sure that what I came to California for, my California dream, I will make sure that every kid growing up now has that dream, and even the kids that now are from 20 to 35, that it's impossible for them to make their California dream. I'll make sure that I make up for it, and we return the ability to look at that Gold Coast as the beacon for the rest of the country. And if you're going to make it, you come to California to make it, and you work hard and you'll do it. That has to happen again. And that's really the only reason I'm running for governor.
Right. Talk of California dream. Everyone is in that dream. Gavin Newsom has stepped on. And you know what? Now Gavin Newsom is in support of illegal immigrants. Is no longer supporting the citizens, the people of California. No. And even best companies, people, businessmen are leaving California just because of Gavin Newsom. Where are we going?
Gavin Newsom, Governor Newsom, a state I lived in for 24 years, a city, LA, I lived in for 24 years. You've been shown the last 9 months that you want to come a little bit more to the center. And maybe you're starting to realize you guys had some terrible policies that caused $1 trillion of money under management to leave your state. Hundreds of thousands of great job creators, great citizens left your state, and a lot are waiting to leave your state. Any plans of saying anything or doing anything? A lot of people were caught on camera throwing things at marshals, U.S. marshals, at cops. Do you want support federally from President Trump? This type of behavior shows you're not going to get any of it and you don't want it. But if you were to say something, maybe this is a good time. It's a good time for them to hear from their governor. Stop behaving this way. We do not support it. For everybody else who either lives in California, once lived there, or wants to see that state be great again, tag Mayor Bass and Gavin Newsom.
All right, Gavin Newsom. California is never great. How are we going to make it great again? People are leaving California just because of Gavin Newsom. What exactly can be done? People are not happy with the Gavin Newsom. No one is happy. He's just attacking Donald J. Trump to be up there, to be loved, to be seen as somebody who is doing something for the country, yet California is failing. So if somebody can fail California, how can you trust him with the whole country? Meaning if California is failing, the way California has failed, America is going to fail the same way if you get it and give it to him. As the commander-in-chief, you find America, US, everywhere destroyed. And everyone will be laughing at us every day. The way they are laughing at the people of California, the way they are laughing at California, the way it is right now, homeless people everywhere. You can ask yourself why California is the dirtiest state in the US. Why? It's like there is no bear. Why everything is in the disarray? How can a state be there? It can't even fight fire. It can't even help its people. And you know what? People are forced to sell their houses. Those houses that were burnt by fire, now they are not allowed to rebuild them. Bro, what you have to do, just sell it to the government. What the hell is going on? Listen.
Did you see Gavin Newsom's new legislation that's pretty much going to force everyone in the Palisades to sell their home to the government? Yeah, they just instituted new rules that said if you're going to rebuild your home after it burnt down from the Palisades wildfire, and if the expenditure on rebuilding that home is more than 50% of the prior property value, which is, let's just be real, fucking everyone, that now you need to raise the entire property structure of the home 3 to 4 feet to meet new flood requirements. Yeah, because the problem in the Palisades is too much water. If you're unaware, raising your entire property structure 3 to 4 feet in the Palisades, you're talking tens of millions of dollars per home, tens of millions of dollars per home. Oh, and not only will it cost tens of millions of dollars, but for each property, it's going to add years to the rebuild. Oh, and if you can't afford to do that, you can't rebuild. You're not allowed to rebuild your home unless you have a few extra tens of millions to be able to raise the property structure. So what would be your alternatives? Well, you could sell it privately. By the way, they just instituted new rules that are delaying people trying to privately sell their homes in the Palisades. However, you could sell to the government and they will expedite your sale. So if you're in the Palisades and your home burnt down And when you go to rebuild, if the costs are more than 50% of what the house was worth before, which again, I will say is fucking everyone, unless you're building a fucking shack where a mansion used to be, you either need to spend tens of millions of dollars and wait years more, or you can wait years to sell privately, or you can have an expedited sale to the government. Yeah, you guys are never getting your homes back.
Wow, you can never get your home back. That's Gavin Newsom, an embarrassment to Californian people, to California, to everyone. Now, if he's an embarrassment to California, how can we allow him to be an embarrassment to US? He has disorganized, destroyed everything in California, and then we give him a way that now you can destroy the whole US. How will we look in the eyes of the world? How will people take us to be if we give Gavin Newsom a chance to be the President of the United States of America? Because that's what he is up to. He says Donald J. Trump, he has destroyed everything. But all the reality coming from Californian people are saying, bro, for you, this is beyond.
I'm sorry, but like if you have an issue with them cleaning up the homelessness, like I don't know what to tell you. Because like you're part of the problem. Maybe you should go live with them, because like I'm sick of going outside of my house every single day and being met with the most depraved, like disgusting things I've ever seen in my entire life on a daily basis. I mean, just the other day, or not the other day, I don't know when, but like back when kids were in school, I'm leaving my house to go to work, and what do I see? A homeless man sprawled out on the middle of the sidewalk. His butt is out. He has no shirt on, and kids have to see that on their way to school. I'm sick of it. Like I'm sorry. I'm sick of it. And like y'all, your boy Gavin Newsom, like this is his fault. He's been governor for God knows how long, and he hasn't done anything. And it took Trump to get into the White House to do something about it. And now they're finally moving things. But it's like human crap. The amount of human feces I see is...
Yes, that's Gavin Newsom. Because Trump is doing something to fix up everything that was destroyed, that was messed up with Democrats. Now Governor Newsom is up there fighting again to see us go back where we were. But who is going to allow this? Because if we allow this, we'll be gone. Bro, we're going to be a laughing stock. Everybody will be laughing at us.
So look, by now we've all seen plenty of evidence that Beta Boy Newsom is just really, really bad at this, but I don't think I've seen anything like this. You got to see him trying to respond, or should I say, trying to hide from what is the most important question being asked about his unconstitutional effort to redistrict California.
Who are responsible for these maps. It's ultimately Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas and Senate Pro Tem Mike McGuire. They are not here to answer our questions about ultimately these maps. I know, I'd love to. This is the second time they haven't shown up when a ballot measure is placed on the ballot by the legislature to answer questions from reporters. My question is, if those two end up running for Congress after this, how could that impact this campaign? How could that impact this campaign? I mean, considering voters did not want politicians drawing lines for themselves.
You have to ask them.
You wonder why this isn't going well for them? That's why. Right there. This is the reason why millions of dollars are now flowing into opposition groups to stand against his unconstitutional actions. Because years ago, the voters of California already took the power away from the legislator to do exactly what they're doing right now, which is to do things behind closed doors to carve out districts specifically for themselves. And some might argue that this effort really doesn't have anything at all to do with what Gavin Newsom is talking about. You see, there's a lot going on in the state of California that most people aren't talking about, like this. So over the last year or so, there has been a very quiet effort by some very motivated people to clean up the voter rolls in the state of California. And so far, they've removed 3.1 million ineligible voters from their rolls. And this shows you the 2025 report of registrations. Do you see the difference between Democrat registrations and Republican registrations? You're seeing a monumental shift happening across the state. And then we're starting to get other reporting about what the public sentiment is to his unconstitutional actions. It's not going well. Even Politico is now forced to admit that a 2-to-1 ratio, voters prefer keeping the independent line drawing panel to determine the state's House seat. I mean, hell, you even have the League of Women Voters in California already sending out flyers saying, no, don't do this. Local media in the state of California is reporting what's been actually going on behind closed doors. And the two people that you heard in that clip in the beginning are two legislators, Democrats, who appear to be involved in drawing the maps and are carving out districts for themselves. One of them being the Democrat leader of the Senate, Mike McGuire, is looking to get a promotion. And the other one, State Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas, is also doing the same thing. You see, I don't care what party you're from, but nobody likes to vote to take power away from the legislator and return it to the people, only to have the legislature take it back behind closed doors so that they can carve out congressional districts where they think they can promote themselves into.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom is doing this just to awaken, to bring back Democrats on map, because they were erased by Donald J. Trump and Republicans. What Donald J. Trump is doing is that what is we voted him to do. And now Democrats have no window to stand up in public and say something. Gavin Newsom is now trying to stand up for Democrats, show that they are still there, they are still alive, they are not dead. And he's doing all this for the Democrats. He's saying he wants to awaken Democrats. He wants Democratic Party to stand up again, to be alive again, because it was dead. That's why he is saying he's not doing this for the Americans, but for the Democrat Party. For the Democrats to be seen again that they can do something, but they can't do it. Bro, Trump, Gavin Newsom is a...
It's time for the Democratic Party to unite. It's time for Americans to unite. There's nothing about this is American. It's not about the rule of law. It's about the rule of Don. He can take this away. I'm telling you, he's trying to take it away. It's all on the line. So less judgment, more action. Stand up on principle, purpose. But to your point about communication, it's smash mouth now. I'm sorry. It's just, a little more authenticity. Let's go. Try new things. You're doing it. You guys have been part of that. You guys are crushing it. You've been crushing it. It's about iteration. We can't do things the way we've done. Let's disabuse ourselves of that. Period. Full stop. Enough. It's a slow death. And I will say, and forgive me, I'll just close on this. There's a weakness about that. The Democratic Party needs to assert itself. We need to be strong again. Strong. Strength matters. People want conviction. They want character. They want a sense of intention and purpose to give us meaning, to give us a mission. And so I'm not here to make any more excuses. I'm sorry. I know there's some people that are offended by our all caps parody of Trump, but I thought it's time to put a mirror to Trump. I know you may get offended by my 10-pack abs on some of these memes. I mean, this sort of craziness that's going online. I get it. My kids are like, Jesus, Dad, what the hell's going on? The point is to make the point of what is going on in this country. You have the President of the United States that's acting like a child. And you've got the chatbots on Fox that repeat 24/7 and are weaponizing his grievances, attacking vulnerable people, traumatizing communities. We need to stand up, all of us, at this moment. Less judgment, more fortitude. Meet this moment, not for ourselves, but for each other, for this country. And this is a red line. They're not just changing lines of map. This is about raw power. This is about rigging the election. This is about ending the enduring values, the principles that define the last 249 years of our democracy. So forgive me for being intense about this, but I am, man. This is it.
Now, you are trying to make Democrats strong again. Democrat must be strong again, must rise up again, must be seen again that you are still there, you are not dead. By doing the redistricting, that's how you're going to be, that's how you're going to give your party more life. By doing that, because you want to be the President of the United States of America, but you have failed You have killed California. So the way you killed California is the way you want to kill the United States of America. That's what Californians are saying. And the Republicans from California, about the redistricting of California, because he wants to give more power, more energy to Democrats, Democrat Party to be seen again as a party, as something that's fighting for Americans, but they are only fighting for power. What they are thinking of is power, how they are getting back the power, but not about how to help these Americans, how to fight for these Americans to get a better life, to live the dream of America. No, it's for them to get back in power. They are about how to fight Trump, how to stop Republicans. That's only what's there in their minds. But Republicans are saying, hey, never. Even Californian people are saying, hey, never. Gavin Newsom will never be the president of the United States of America.
Well, Newsom is desperate to come up with any issue to run on for president in 2028. The problem is for him is that he doesn't have a record to run on. He has the worst record of any governor in the entire country. California leads the nation in homelessness. We lead the nation in unemployment. We lead the nation in poverty. So not the most compelling campaign slogan to say, oh, let's spread that to the rest of the country. So right now, he's trying to make himself a hero to the far left by saying, I delivered the House for Democrats in 2026. And he's trying to do that not by winning more votes, but just by moving some lines around on a map. And so that's the whole purpose of this thing. But the good news is that we have the power to stop him. I actually have a bill in the House that would say Newsom is not allowed to do what he's doing. You're not allowed to redraw district lines whenever you feel like it. And if we get this passed and signed into law, then it will puncture Newsom's launching pad. It will stop him in its tracks. And best of all, I believe it'll set us up, Republicans up, to win the House in 2026, because we just won the House in 2024 using this exact same map that we have right now. And look at the positive changes we've had in the country since. A border that's at an absolute standstill, historic tax relief for Americans, rolling back all of this woke insanity. That's how we're going to win the House in 2026.
Now, if California is messed up with Gavin Newsom, would you allow US to be messed up with Gavin Newsom? No, no one's going to allow that. That's what the people are saying, and that's what on the ground. Because Gavin Newsom, you failed California, no one's giving you a chance to fail the United States of America. Okay, and there, you have messed up with California, no chance to mess up with United States of America. That's it. Yeah.